Oh, interesting. They share the same color palette. These are different characters, but I picked the same color, so it defaulted to the other color. Also, it's probably not in your best interest to play a fighting game more often because it was your first fighting game. It might be in your best interest in the short term, because you know the game that you're playing, because you played it before. And that's a very conservative approach, is to, stick with what you know. But in this case, there's no risk to you in attempting other things. Some of the things you try would be good, and some of the things you try would be bad, but in this case, the bad stuff isn't that bad. And the potential good is, as high as you can imagine. You don't know what you don't know what the possibilities are. I guess the risk is time and money, but this game is not very expensive. And the load times are 1% the load times of Guilty Gear Strive. Doesn't work. Hello, welcome, mate. I get Fireball? Oh. Oh yeah. That probably shouldn't be like that. One of the very few things in this game at a very, like, input reading level that I don't agree with. How? Yeah, that's more damage. Yeah. It's hard though. I don't know if you can get the full damage actually, so it's easy. Yeah. Okay, that's more damage. I don't think I can get it with a heavy though. Oh, there it is. You can do it. I wish. Huh? There we go. Nope. Okay. His supers suck for combos. Oop. We're already there. Nope. Weird. Okay. Let's see. That looks. There we go. Oh. That doesn't work. That works. How did I get super? What is this target combo? It's AA. Is it supposed to be like that? I don't think we can get this to work. I mean, I can get him to parry once, maybe? That might work. High jump. That's 38. I know how to test this. I can do something like that. No, what can I say? I don't know how to test this. I'm gonna stop trying. Oops. One and two. That was weird. Yeah. can't block this. Or get hit by it on the ground. I mean, maybe you can do... No. Doesn't work. That's corner only. Oh, yeah. all this character is, man. Sucks. Oh dear. She have any moves that raise it by 1 and not 2? I don't think she does. This move's not cancelable. The super is delayable, but there's, oh, this move, which does no damage. But theoretically, I could tack that onto the end of a combo. It's not cancelable. Wow. Reset. Yeah. And that's really all she has. Like, I can try this. Do I want both hits there? I want the first hit for sure, so yeah. So I probably want 50. Probably not. I'll try it. Wow. It doesn't even work. You need multiple of those. So it would be like... No. Yeah, she doesn't have any juggles. These don't work. She gets 2 hits and it's over. Three hits and it's over. Just choose Mara. He's the only super strong character. I think they need to make this slow parryable, because right now it's not. Low parry. Nope. BL counter. And then once this once this is low parryable, then yeah, he has to start doing this more, and he can't hit confirm this safely. Just like normal characters. Marvelous. I wish. Actually, I don't wish. Okay. 12021. Hello, Alex Ghost. The corner. Who am I voting for? No one. At 88. Hey, I guess. I can do 97. Oops. What makes a fighting game always have something new to learn even at higher levels? How many things do you think are in a fighting game? So this is Yatagarasu. It's a very tiny, itty-bitty video game. It is half of a gigabyte. Not even. It's 434 megabytes. Right? It's pretty simple, but it's got a dozen or so characters in it. It's got decent sprites. It's got netcode in it. It's got a single player mode. It's got unique mechanics like the overhead and the supers, and the juggle system is kind of weird, and it's got parries. So it's got more stuff in it than it needs. Let's round way down and say a fighting game is 100 megabytes. It's a very, very tiny fighting game. Alright, but let's ask ourselves how many of those megabytes are actually useful, because most of those are going to be spent on, like, The graphics, you don't care how the graphics work. You don't care how the netcode works. You don't care how the input system, like, works at a base level. You should know how it interprets your inputs, but you shouldn't know, like, how it transfers that to the game. Any audio file, you don't really care about that. So let's strip that down even further. Let's say a fighting game, the part of a fighting game that you actually care about and the part that actually relates to your improvement in the game is 10 megabytes. Let's say it's 10 megabytes. 10 megabytes is approximately 10,000 kilobytes, which is approximately 10,000 bytes, or sorry, 10 million bytes, which is approximately 80 million bits. 80 million bits. Which means that there is 2 to the power of 80 million possible states for the game to be in. Do you know how many of those 80 million, or 2 to the 80 million possible states for the game to be in are states that you want the game to be in? And do you know how many of those 2 to the 80 million states are states that you don't want to be in? And do you know exactly how to alter the game state between all those 2 to the 80 million states to get to the state that you want to be in? Probably not. It's probably not humanly possible. So you have to put a layer of abstraction over it that says, okay, I probably haven't been in this exact situation before, but I can take, you know, a few million of those possible states and compress them down into one big ball and say, okay, if I'm ever in this ball of possible states, then you know, my thought process is going to be this. I'm going to do one of these things. You can do that a few times. But the problem with that is you're either going to have too many to count, or you're going to run into a situation that you thought was in this region, but there's actually something else that makes it different. So you actually need to make it a different region. So you need more clumps of things to think about. And eventually you can, you know, pull that apart and pull that apart and pull that apart and pull that apart and pull that apart. And maybe you can keep track of all of them. You probably won't. You'll probably forget a few along the way. You'll have to relearn them. And even then, there always might be something you didn't consider. Unless your brain is capable of handling all 2 to the power of 80 million possible states in a 10 megabyte video game, then there is always the chance that you missed something. And there's always a chance that you have an assumption that isn't actually true. Or there's just, or that, you know, there's always the possibility of something new. The question is not, is there something new? Because there is something new. Guaranteed. There's plenty of stuff in this game that I don't know. There's plenty of stuff in Street Fighter 4 that I don't know, even though I've played it for thousands of hours. There's always new stuff. So it's like, when do you stop having fun? And I think the point that you're trying to get at is somewhere along the lines of, when does it no longer become useful? Because you have to understand, there's more to fighting games than the game. Right? Assuming you're playing against other people, There's another person. What are they doing? What will they do? How much can you react to, and how much is prediction? Have you been paying attention to their behavior patterns in the past? And do you know how to counter the things that you predict they'll do with the most amount of damage possible? Are you capable? Are you physically capable of executing the highest damage punish possible? Do you want damage, or do you want a better situation afterwards? That could be up to your, player preference, or it could be, matchup dependent or opponent dependent. Like, oh, they have bad defense. I want to sacrifice some damage so that I can get a hard knockdown and go on offense because it's gonna hit them because they have bad defense. Something like that. So even if you somehow manage to solve the 2 to the 80 million possible scenarios, that doesn't matter because humans are not predictable. Humans brains function on a different type of system than a computer does. You can't say, oh, a human brain can hold this number of megabytes in it. That doesn't work that way. We're a non-computational being. So you have stuff to learn in the game, which is that 2 to the 80 million bits thing. You have things to practice in the game, even if you know it's possible. Can you actually do it consistently or not? And you also have the opponent to worry about. There's 3 giant categories of things that never run out of things to test. And that's regardless of the game. Any game that's 10 megabytes and is PvP and has reasonably not easy execution in it will have all 3 of those categories. And so the big picture is how much of that is actually useful. Like I can know, this move will hit my opponent if I'm within this number of pixels from them. And oh, this character walks this number of pixels every frame when I walk forward. And he walks this number of pixels every frame if I walk backwards. Or this move has this exact frame data on hit or block, or this much damage on hit, or this much damage scaling on hit, or blah 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 blah. Or this combo works in certain characters and not others. Or I have to be this exact pixel distance from the corner for this combo to work, otherwise it won't work. And those are not technically in the game. Like, there is no value in the game that says, oh, if you're this distance from the corner, this combo works. That's not how it works. That value does not exist in the game. That is extrapolation based on other values in the game. Like, oh, this move hits at this range. This move pushes back at this range. This move launches this high. This move does this much damage. And all those little pieces come together to form a combo. Which is to say, if I do this sequence of inputs, my character does something on the screen, which causes their character to do something on the screen, and now look, their life bar went down by that much, but only if we're this far from the corner. So even if you have all of that mapped out, there's still more layers, because there are certain things that are important in the game that aren't in the game, that aren't literally programmed into the game. They're extrapolated based on the things that are in the game. And even within that big giant bundle of crap, most of that stuff is useless. I don't care how much range this move has, I just kind of feel it, you know? If I'm point blank range, I'll use it. If I'm more than point blank range, I'll probably not use it. And I apply that to everything, you know? And then I figure out my good pokes. Oh, this is a good poke. It's got pretty good range. It's cancelable. I could just super after it. Things like that. But like, I don't know the exact range, so I'll sort of just clump it all together. If I'm close range, I'll do these things. I'll do throw, I'll do low, and this is my low confirm, or I'll do overhead. Well, the overhead in this game has pretty good range. It depends on the character, though. Or, you know, I'll do something else. Maybe I have frame disadvantage and I'll do a DP or something. But if I'm at far range, then you know, my goal is usually with this character to, like, get in range. Do something like that. Maybe I'll jump in. Start pressuring with the fireballs. Or maybe I'll just back up, throw a fireball, and jump in after it. So yeah, maybe that explains why fighting games always have something new to learn. Do you like or hate puppet characters? As an archetype? I don't care. I don't care about archetypes. Archetypes mean nothing. They literally mean nothing. Like, oh, this is a rushdown character. What does that mean? Does it mean you press more buttons than normal? Does a defensive character press fewer buttons? Have you seen Morrigan in Marvel vs. Capcom 3? That's not it. She presses buttons all the time. Soul Fist, Soul Fist, Soul Fist, Soul Fist, Soul Fist. So is she an offensive character? What do you mean? What do you mean by style and approach of play? What is style? I like to press light punch, and he likes to press heavy punch. We have different styles. It's like these moves have the same animation. It's not... like there's layers of abstraction there that people don't define. Like, name an archetype and define what it means. What is a grappler? Is a grappler a character that looks like they throw you around a bunch? Is Marissa a grappler? I have a command grab. Does that make my character a grappler? It's got a good knockdown on it. If I select a super in character select, it'll do more damage. I can Kara cancel if I'm not bad. There we go. You think Puppet is a definitive archetype, or a distinctive archetype? You control two characters. Is Giovanna from Guilty Gear Strive a puppet character? There's a human and there's a wolf. But she certainly doesn't, like... Carl from BBCF, yeah, he has... I mean, Carl has the human and the puppet. But Giovanna also has the human and the wolf. But the wolf, like... The wolf is tied to the human. Like, she plays the same... She's a very simple character. So it's not about the characters, because, you know, then Bedman from Guilty Gear Strive would also be a puppet character, because the lady's running around doing literally nothing. Except look cute, I guess. So it's not the number of characters that you control. It is... You have certain things in the game which can impact the game in some way. For example, by attacking the opponent with striking hitboxes. And they come from different sources. And they act independently of one another. I think that's what you mean by puppet character. That's what most people mean by puppet character. And is that an archetype? Okay, you can call it an archetype, but there's different types of puppet characters within the archetype. So is it really useful to call it an archetype? Like, imagine, like, a character like Chaos from Under Night is a puppet character, because you know, when you press a normal attack, the human does a move, and if you input a special move, the dinosaur thing does a move, and you can move them independently of one another, and you can attack with both at the same time. And you can press down, plus a button, and then the trap thing happens, and the opponent is screwed. But, like, I would consider him more of a zoner. Right? Like, you try to stay away as much as possible with your main character, and then you just press buttons with your summon. And try to, you know, push them away, deal chip damage, throw fireballs, and then maybe sometimes sandwich them between you and your dinosaur, and then do stuff for that, but it's usually not what you're doing. And if you are doing that, you're trying to be as safe as possible, like make sure they're constantly in block stun. And then you contrast that with a character like Eddie from Guilty Gear, and it's like, oh, he's a rush-down mix-up character who is constantly attacking with both himself and his puppet. As long as it's available. And it's like the way you play, the buttons you press, the rate at which you press the buttons, the reason that you press the buttons is completely different from a different character in the same archetype. So really, what's the point of the archetype? And even the way you input the moves is different. Yeah, but I'm asking, how is it helpful? It's helpful in describing physically how to play the character. Like, this is how you should think about it. This is how you execute your moves. This is how it works on a mechanical level. But once you understand how to control the character, it's not like when most people say archetype, they're answering the question, what character should I pick? I like characters in this archetype. And in that specific situation, I don't think it's very helpful at all. Like, if you like Eddie in Guilty Gear, you probably will not like Chaos in Under Night, even though they're both puppet characters. Like, they control the same way, but the reasons that you have the puppet and the things the puppet can do and the types of playstyles that are warranted by the system are completely different. Now, there's usually a lot of overlap there. Most grapplers are really slow, big button, high damage, command grab characters with good 50-50 mix-ups. So most of the time, there is overlap there, but it's not always. Like, is Clark a grappler? I mean, is any character in KOF a grappler? Like, compare KOF grapplers who have the same moves as Street Fighter grapplers to Street Fighter grapplers, and it's like, no, they're not. You don't play them the same way. Because in KOF, you have the throw invincibility thing. So it's like, oh, I can just mash buttons to get out of command grabs. But in Street Fighter, you can't do that. You don't have the throw invincibility. So if Zangief does a +2 jab and then command grab, you can't just hit him out of it. You have to jump it or backdash it. But in KOF, you don't have to do that. Like, because at a system level, it's different. Even though they have the exact, like literally copy paste Street Fighter 6 Zangief into KOF 13, and it's like he plays differently because of the system. The way you approach the character is different. So even though you're taking the exact same character, it's like the reasons that you like to play certain characters over others is not related to the archetype. Not directly, anyway. And no, I don't have a favorite archetype. Blue Mary is very all around in KOF 15. I did no damage. One, 5, 1. One, 5, 3. Why does that scale so much? One, 4, 7. 1, 4, 9.
Round 1, fight!
85. 89. Yeah. 91. I got 91. Yeah, you can't really use one or two words to describe a character and then know if you're gonna like them or not. It's just not possible. One, four.
Good.
132.
Good.
That's trash. One, two, two. One, two, five. Good lord. Presently, you have disregarded powers beyond your understanding.
Round 1. Fight.
When will you develop Street Fighter X? Never. But thanks for the $2. We're at 91. Did Last of Us 2 ever start for you? It's not on PC, so no, it did not start for me. I only play games on PC. And yes, Last of Us 1 did start for me on PC. 94. Cool cheat table. Thank you. I made it myself. Oops. I wish that worked. What does everything mean? Well, if you looked at my website, you would know. Particularly the angel. Sure. I mean, the people who made this game also worked on KOF, so it's possible. Alright, here's all the stuff. It's not even on your screen fully, but... Game timer. I don't know why frame counter's not working. That should be working. Interesting, it doesn't work. Oh, to fix that. But it counts down from like 1,000 every 1,000 frames. And it pauses every time you pause the game. The reason... So, that exists over on the right, kind of. See the number on the bottom right in training mode that actually exists. The problem is, every time you pause, it loses a frame. So, if I do a perfect double tap, you see the number in the bottom right goes up by 1, but the actual game is going up by 2 frames. So you lose a number every time you pause the game. That's not true for this value here though, if it worked, but for some reason it stopped working. Alright, we have health, so if I hit him, his health goes down. We have meter. For some reason, every meter in this game is 161, and EX moves are 80. So if you have a full stock of 2 meters, and you do 4 EX moves, you're left with a tiny bit of meter left. You're left with 4 points of, or 2 points of meter left. I don't know why. Airborne, so if I jump, it goes to 1. Stun. That's your guard gauge. X position, so if I walk, it moves. And Y position, if I jump, it moves. Strong juggle is interesting. So... Hold on. This game in particular has 2 types of juggles. If I just hit him into the air like this, that's not a strong juggle. I can close this. Boop. There we go. Strong juggle. If I hit him into the air like this, that's not a strong juggle, and now... Oops. And now my combos are limited by what types of hits are possible. But if I do a juggle like this, why isn't it parrying? If I do this, I get a BL counter, and that's a strong juggle. So now my combos are not limited by the number, by what moves are possible. For example, if I do this, that's a weak juggle. I can't combo normals after it. See? But I can combo supers, so her supers are not good for juggles, but theoretically I could combo supers. But if I do something like this, I start a strong juggle first, now I can combo after this. I can actually loop this a couple of times. So strong juggles are limited by the number of hits as opposed to the type of hits. And so this value shows the number of hits in a strong juggle, and these values, those two values, show the types. Whoa, don't do that. Oh god. Stop it. Oh wait, no, stop it. Oh, what have I done? Okay. And then these two values, highlighted in green, show you what attacks are possible during weak juggles, right? So this value shows you the number of hits left in the juggle. Well, it counts up. Once this value hits 6, the combo's over, although there's caveats to that. And these two values show you which hits, or what type of hits are possible. In this game, it's either everything is possible or only supers are possible. Although this value gets more detailed, this value changes depending on if it's like an air reset or if it's a ground bounce. Like the different juggle states are different numbers, but they don't matter. What matters is whether or not if anything is possible or if only supers are possible. Those are the only two possibilities here. Although once the strong juggle is over, not even supers work anymore because it's a strong juggle. And this is the damage scaling. So it says damage scaling in game, but it rounds. Where's my? There we go. So it says 90, 100. But you see on the screen it said 85, but in the cheat table it says 85.5 because it doesn't round. It doesn't actually round. And then there's some character specific stuff. Wugui's not on the screen, so that doesn't do anything. And that's it. There you go. I had more stuff for the old version of the game, but I'm too lazy to update it. If people actually played the game, I would probably use it more. But no one wants to play the game. Come on. Oh, I see. That's 4 hits. 1, 2... Okay, I'm missing a hit. So what I want? 2470? 2185. I got 1, 2, 3. that really not 11 frames? Hello? Load the page, please? What the frick? Okay. It's 10 frames, that should work. Interesting. Why doesn't that work there? If I do 4, 4, yeah, I don't think I guess. Why don't we just get rid of that move? It's freaking useless. And more trouble than it's worth. Dear Lord. I give up. What's the combo after this? Oh. Why didn't that cop? Why? What?
Marvelous.
142. What? Yeah, of course. How am I hitting a diagonal? How? Nope. Yeah, of course. Yep.
Marvelous.
157.
Good. 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 Good.
Three.
Good. Good.
149. What else is there? I mean, that's really it. Got 158. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh dear. That's a lot of damage. 181. Good night. I need to end the stream here in a minute anyway. I have not managed to find someone online, no. I'm currently sitting in ranked mode, no one's joined. And I also asked for a match in the Discord and no one has joined. And it's been about 2 hours. Yeah, it is sad. Wow. Yeah, 158. Eight, 4. In the corner, I don't even need that, but Okay. That's all I have time for. Thanks for watching. It's Wednesday? I might stream tomorrow. We'll see. Subscribe to YouTube, all that stuff. It's in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.